Good evening. Hello, everybody. Welcome in to the Week 7 Waiver Wire Show slash NFL news, especially for today. Folks, we had a big day in the NFL. We will get to the Davante Adams trade to the New York Packer Jets. Of course, Amari Cooper in a corresponding move to the Buffalo Bills. We got some news out of Pittsburgh, fellas. We got some, perhaps, a new chef that will be under center. They're going to let Russ cook, we believe. All this, plus, of course, your waiver wire ads, the players that you have to drop, your NFL streamers, your fantasy football streamers, all this throughout today's show. First things first, we will get to those big trades. I want to welcome in the two goats in the room. Jonesy, how are you today?
Good. It was an exciting day. It was kind of like free agency, You get that first day of contracts hitting, everything's all exciting. That's what today was like. It was awesome.
It was a combination of Christmas coming early. It was a combination of the trade deadline being moved up into October. It was and like the off-season NFL free agency all wrapped into one. And my other co-host for this evening, the one and only, the commissioner himself.
What's up, man? Man, my drive into work this morning, I have my phone right here, right by my chest, just going off. Boom, 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 boom. I was going, what's going on here? And I looked, I was kind of heartbroken a little bit because he's leaving the Raiders, but I'm happy for him because he went to the Jets. So, I get it. I get it.
The Jets? Who are the Jets? It's the Packers. It's the AFC East Packers. Yeah, think about it. I mean, look, you don't need to think about it. You know about it. Well, Jonesy knows all too well about it. Now, everybody that may have been just a casual sports fan in the city, paying attention to the Jets, paying attention to the Giants, hearing the chatter like, oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers is, running the show. Aaron Rodgers is destroying the team. Kind of like my old man. God bless him. At 78 years old, we'll make like a remark like that. Oh, that was the worst thing they ever could have done was bringing Aaron Rodgers. Blah 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 blah. That's the casual fan. However, now I think those fans may begin to realize like the influence that he really has over this team in a very short amount of time. Yes, the deal was done. Davante Adams, by the way, has every much to do with it. I mean, like his orchestration out of one of your beloved fantasy football teams, Rhino, the Raiders. Yeah, I mean, look. In any event, look, I could go on continuing to commentate on the matter. The fact remains, we should weigh in on the significance of the deal, correct?
Yeah,
let's weigh in on the significance. Did you want to get to Matt, or should we weigh in on the significance?
Let's take care. Let's take care of Matt here, and then we'll get back to that.
Go ahead. Let's take care of Matt's. Take care of Matt Goats.
So thoughts on my team: quarterback Daniels, Dak, running back Jacobs, Walker, Brian Robinson, Jaleel McLaughlin, wide receivers Jefferson, Puka, Godwin, Terry, Brian Thomas Jr., DeAndre Hopkins, tight end Tucker Kraft, likely. That's a pretty solid damn team.
Yeah.
8-team team, 10-team.
Full PPR, 12-man.
12-man team, GOAT.
Yeah, you're good.
That's
honest.
He gets one of these.
Yeah, that's a solid-ass team. What's your record, Matt? With that kind of team, you should be
Jaden Daniels and Dax. You know what? That reminds me. That's exactly my worryable squad. 2 quarterback league. 4-point passing touchdown.
3-3.
drafted Dak and drafted Jaden Daniels. That's a
Yeah.
that's a 4-2 squad after Greg the Leg missed 2 field goals last night, and I did not win my matchup.
Since you guys like taking all of our old players, we got a kicker for you now.
Which guy? That guy? That guy?
Narvison, you can
gnarly. Come on.
It's all yours.
Yeah, second most points.
Look, I get it. Yes, the Meadowlands. If you guys aren't, I'm not sure if you are or are not, other than from what you hear and see on TV. Yes, that particular area of northern New Jersey, which is pretty much situated off of the Hudson River. Okay, yes, there are prevailing gusts of winds that are always around that area, always within that stadium. But you must be able to get the ball through the upright with your leg. That's what you're paid to do. You understand?
They practice there, so he should.
You understand this going in if you're the kicker for the Giants or the Jets. Anyway,
let me ask you this. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask Matt if he had a question for us. A waiver? Maybe it's that. Does he need to waiver anybody on this team? Yeah, you could dump DeAndre Hopkins if that's one of the questions. That team is in such bad shape. I thought that. No, they are the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars are probably the 2 worst teams in the league out of the same division too.
Oh no, throw my Raiders in there a little bit too, because I gotta be honest. Come on.
Yeah, they're not that. I mean, they're underperforming for sure. I don't think you could call them the worst team in the league. I really don't.
No, not worse, but they'll be drafting top 5.
But again, I think the Titans and the Jaguars are the 2 worst teams in the league. Yeah. So Matt, our thoughts are good. That GOAT, right? That GOAT. Who should I drop? Darnell, Tyler, Rico, Tank, Algier. I'm definitely not dropping Tyler Algier.
No, and why do you need to drop somebody?
Yeah, what are you picking up that you need to drop someone?
Yeah.
That's the more important part.
I'm gonna drop Mooney or Lockett.
You're not dropping Algier.
Or Algier.
Bigsby, you're not dropping.
Rico's Suave.
So
Toddle,
depends what you're picking up, and then we'll kind of narrow it down from there.
Jonesy, slide.
Need a tight end because Ferguson is on a bye week.
Can you trade? Can you maybe work a trade for a tight end?
No, not really. Unless someone's going to take Ferguson from him and he's going to get another tight end back. There's no reason to trade another asset away to get. Do you I mean, who are your starting players for running back and wide receiver? Or any of these guys, like your flex normally, or I just want to see what's in front of these guys to see if you drop something. I don't want it to hurt your roster too much.
Okay, here's the other part. Here's the other piece of good news. So that GOAT, he needs a tight end. I don't believe that there's a high demand for tight ends on the waiver wire.
No, and they're a diamond dozen.
That's why I said maybe look for a trade.
So
maybe someone needs a running back or another wide receiver, and then try to, if it's a
Kate Otten. Is Kate Otten available?
Okay, he's got Bijan, Connor, T. Higgins, Debo, Cooper Kupp. Okay, then you're definitely not dropping, Algier, but, even if you didn't have Bijan, you wouldn't drop him anyway.
Look at our guy, Tent Goat. Yo, Tent Goat. I'll take that as a compliment, Tent. I appreciate you, Goat. I need y'all help on Gibbs this week, man. you know what? It's week 7, right? If you need help on Gibbs, the entire fantasy football community that drafted Jahmyr Gibbs needs help on Gibbs.
But I understand it. I understand what he's saying because Vikings rush defense is no joke. So I can understand why he says that. But I think that's going to affect more of Montgomery than Gibbs. Their rush defense. Should I roll with him or Brian Thomas Jr. versus the Pats? Half PPR.
I'm not taking Jahmyr Gibbs out of the lineup.
Yeah, I'm starting Gibbs every week.
And plus Gonzalez will be on Brian Thomas Jr. more likely.
I'm not taking Jahmyr Gibbs out of the lineup. Tent goat.
Hang on, go back. We got to answer that question for him.
I think what Rhino is alluding to also is the fact that, we could put Jahmyr Gibbs on the field while David Montgomery is still on the field at the same time. And we might just see some Ben Johnson magic working Jahmyr Gibbs in the passing game. If not, we could get an explosive play out of Jahmyr Gibbs that we haven't seen yet. I'm pounding the table and goat. If Jahmyr Gibbs doesn't come through for us with at least a respectable 12 PPR, he's going to be dead to us. We're going to put him in a mother-you-know-what ditch, like Joe Pesci would do in Goodfellas and Casino, or how he found himself in Casino. Goat, keep playing strong.
All right, let's go to that guy. We got to answer his question before we keep moving on here.
Which guy?
Because I know all we really said was try to trade, but if he can't trade, he needs an answer on who he should cut. This.
Oh, I would cut Doggle.
So he's got Bijan, James Conner, T. Higgins, Debo, and Kupp. Kupp should be coming back, hopefully.
I think Kupp's from.
Is that what you're hearing, Ron?
That's where it's looking.
I'm dropping Tyler Lockett.
So I'm dropping probably Tyler Lockett also.
That's the end of that. DK Metcalf, JSN, Kenny Walker, and Geno is still like
QB. But Lockett's been getting his though.
QB.
Yeah.
I'm defending the Seahawks freaking wide receiver. So this is kind of monumental right here because I usually don't do that.
The way I'm looking at it, Ron, is he's got Bijan that's solid, and then he's got James Conner, who is beautiful, but he has a tendency to get hurt. There's a high possibility if he drops Dowdle, he doesn't get him back.
Is James Conner beautiful?
Yeah, I have him everywhere.
No, I know you have him, and I know you have Trey Benson.
And
I know you also have Trey Benson, but
we'll get to that later. But he's got 3 solid wide receivers. So I mean, dropping your 5th, you're fine.
Okay.
Hey, Jack Goat, Christian Kirk, Nick Chubb.
You're not starting Nick Chubb this week.
God bless the man,
No.
Nick Chubb, Romeo Dobbs, or Juju. Juju's one of my number 1, if not number 2, waiver claim for the goats, because I already have him on a couple of teams.
Yeah, I got him 2 or 3 weeks ago.
And we'll get to that. Maybe we should just get to that now, but I don't want to give away all the secrets because we want you guys to continue to come back, like, subscribe to our brand new YouTube channel. Nevertheless, Nick Chubb, you know what? Here's case in point number 1 with Nick Chubb this week. They have kind of been ramping him up. Number 2, George Ford is hurt. Now they're thin at running back altogether. Number 3, reports are, and I believe these types of reports, that in most cases, this type of injury would have ended a guy's career, but not this guy. If you're betting against Nick Chubb, we stand to lose. And
okay, are you really going to throw a guy in there that's been through what he's been through with that injury in his first game back on probably one of the worst teams in the league that just traded their best wide receiver?
No.
Kirk and Juju sitting there.
I would
And Dobbs.
I would probably, again, if this was my roster right here, Christian Kirk, Nick Chubb, Romeo Dobbs. If I am 4-2, if I'm 5-1, I'm probably gonna put Nick Chubb on the bench still. If I'm, let's say,
Put Nick Chubb on the bench, even if I'm 0-5.
no,
Yeah, I would. I'm going
because you have the number one wide
Not
receiver
me.
for the Kansas City Chiefs sitting here in Juju Smith-Schuster.
If he okay, yes. My apologies.
Unless Kansas City goes out and
My
gets someone.
apologies. My apologies. So my order right now would be Juju would go in here. Yes.
Yeah, same here.
I think Chubb would be the last on that list for me, at least for this week. I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't have any Chubb.
My
I
apologies.
traded him away everywhere I did have him in long-term leagues, but
For some
I would
reason,
not play him this week.
For some reason in my brain, forgot that it was Tuesday waivers, and I wasn't sure whether this was an add Juju question or Jack Goat is already on top of it.
Yeah.
He already has Juju like a goat. Yeah, if Juju's rostered, Juju should play.
Yeah.
Over Nick Chubb for now, obviously.
Yeah, for now. I mean, that could change next week, but for this week.
Fellas.
Do I drop Singletary for David Njoku or Taysom Hill? I have Ferguson on bye. My RBs are Kyron, Cook, Kareem Hunt, Tracy, Singletary.
Saints play on Thursday, right?
Yeah, they play the Broncos.
Saints are going to be without Rashid Shaheed. Saints have an banged up Chris Olave, Spencer Rattler.
And Taysom Hill is still banged up in his broken ribs too.
Yeah.
Is this one of those Taysom Hill spike weeks, or David Njoku is probably still a strong target earner for the Browns?
I got Njoku just because he's healthy.
David Njoku's not that healthy either, but
healthier than two cracked ribs.
But Jonesy, break it.
I'm not a Taysom Hill guy. I mean,
Me
I get
neither.
Everyone's out. This should be his game, but I mean, this year's such a roulette with every tight end. I mean, I would personally. I mean, I don't know if there's a possibility of Zach Ertz is out there or Hunter Henry's out there. I would feel a lot better about those two guys than I would Njoku and Taysom Hill. But dropping
Devin Singletary is supposed to come back, isn't he?
Yeah, and I mean, I hate dropping a potential starting running back because you don't know what's going to happen with Singletary once he's healthy. If he's, with Tracy, I hate dropping a guy that could be a starting running back for a backup tight end.
Yeah.
But I mean, if that's your only option and you don't have a fifth wide receiver or a second quarterback that you could drop, that there's other similar quarterbacks on the waivers right now that could easily replace them.
Andrew, do you have an IR for your team? Because if you do, then just hold off on doing things as long as you possibly can and see what's going on with Cook. Because if he's actually hurt, and he needs
I didn't see that.
Then you can actually put him on your IR. Then you can pick up somebody not to drop. Drop Singletary.
Oh wait, he's got Kyron, Cook, Kareem Hunt, so he's got 3. Tracy and Singletary. I mean, I still don't like dropping a running back for a tight end.
Right.
But
looks like Andrew called Tyrone.
If I had to, and these were my only options, I would cut Singletary.
Yeah. I agree.
But I still think there's better routes. I mean, unless his wide receivers are just studs. I don't know. All right, what's next?
All right.
Appreciate you coming in here, Goat. Xavier Goat. trade Jordan Mason and Garrett Wilson for Drake London and
Okay.
Tank Bixby. Oh, this is a filthy trade, isn't it? This is a filthy trade. Now because of Davante Adams coming into the New York Jets. Now we want to ship Garrett Wilson. And look, this doesn't surprise me. It does not. I'm seeing it all over the Twitter streets. Whether you should move off of Garrett Wilson because Davante Adams is coming in.
Nope.
I mean, I'm sure we all have our own thoughts on the matter. I mean, the only thing I saw last night was Aaron Rodgers on his ass.
Yep.
I saw Garrett Wilson put up over 100 yards. What? How many catches? Like 10 catches and a touchdown. 8 catches and a touchdown. Something like that. That's all I saw.
The thing with Wilson is he's a volume guy. And I don't know, maybe if Davante coming in, does that take some coverage off of him so he can maybe get some more chunk yards? But I mean, to me, when I'm looking at this trade, I'm looking at Jordan Mason, who would be trending down because 1, he's injured, and 2, CMC is going to come back at some point here. And Garrett Wilson, who, I mean, he's still viable in fantasy. He's not like, you're not benching Garrett Wilson, but he's trending a little down.
This probably makes a little bit of sense.
And you looking at London, he's still the top wide receiver there.
That's right.
Nothing's changing that. And Bigsby, he's shooting up right now. I don't know what's going on with ETN and that shoulder and
Durnest.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. What's up with that? Dearness Johnson.
Well, I can tell you what I believe is up with that. If the Jaguars are in a real lousy negative game script, we're probably going to see a little bit more of Dearness Johnston and not necessarily Tank Bigsby. That's the only trouble there. And the Jacksonville Jaguars are playing so poorly, they're so bad that they may be in more potential negative game scripts. But if it's kind of like neutral, if the game is kind of like close for them, or if they're winning. Imagine that. Tank Bigsby is a solid piece. Solid. He's definitely a solid bench piece right now.
I mean, I think ETN comes back in the mix too at some point. It's not just done and finished.
If I've got another stud Xavier running back, I think I may do that deal. If I've got
if you don't have to rely on Tank as your RB1 or RB2, and he's just like a flex play, I would probably do that trade.
Especially knowing who's looming, whatever you want to call it, in the balance, coming back.
But what I would do also is if you have room, and I don't know where you are in waiver priority, things like that, go get Garendo.
Yeah.
Because you might be able to double dip here. You get the trade, and you get Garendo somehow that replaces Jordan Mason. In the meantime, you can kind of double dip there.
I'm gonna bite my tongue.
I like that. I like that. It's good.
I mean, it's good advice. It's good advice.
Very good advice.
But it depends what Mason's like too. I mean, Garendo is a top waiver priority this week. We'll get to that at some point here, but
it's not my top priority. But the advice is sound for sure.
Good stuff, y'all. I was a little worried about his goal line roll, but I'm gonna roll with it. I got Brees and Bijan start. Oh, nice.
Guy drafts like a goat.
Oh, because he's the guy with Gibbs too.
Yeah.
He drafts like a goat. Is this a dynasty team?
Is this like a 8 team or something?
Is it? It's a good team.
Bijan on Gibbs. That's
a good team.
That's filthy. Good God. All right. We'll pick up Hunter Henry available. That guy Greg May was better than Brissett. Yeah, he showed some flashes. Ferguson on bye, streaming tight end. Otten, Taysom.
Cade Otten.
Heard by Otten before by like Monday games. First gets targets, no yak. Taysom. That's the thing about Taysom. They're still saying I guess he practiced limited today, but he's still dealing with 2 broken ribs.
Yeah. If Ertz is out there, I'm going Ertz.
I'm going Ertz too.
Consistent. He's probably not going to put up 25 for you, but you don't need that. You just need 8 to 12 from a tight end, and you're probably okay. You're at least competing with whoever you're playing against, or you're beating them.
Nick Chubb's gonna be on the pitch count.
Plus, that doesn't surprise us. That doesn't surprise anybody. It's amazing that the dude's back.
Yeah, she's a five bench league. Tyreek from other slot.
No IR. That was the guy that wanted to drop the running back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if that's the case, then yeah. I mean, I would drop.
All right. His wide receivers are Amon, Reed, Higgins. Yeah. So I agree with you.
Week
yeah,
4,
I mean
week
your other possibility is. Hang on, I want to look at the schedule quick. Who plays later? Monday.
You're welcome, Nicholas. Appreciate you coming in. Make sure you like and subscribe to the notifications. We'll be back on Friday for DFS, Saturday for start and sit, Sunday for reaction. Come back and join us.
What I was just looking up was because he wanted to pick up. What's up?
Oh shit! It's fucking over. It's over. Can never get to the controls quick enough.
So I'm not picking me.
Because he plays like a goat.
Yeah.
He doesn't need anybody. What about one of your other teams?
I can tell you his Yahoo league, he's freaking undefeated, man.
All right, so that one. Look. May the fantasy gods, my heavenly mother, my spiritual animals, and everyone else. I don't put in waiver claims every week for every single team just because you kind of do it as an exercise in futility. Like if you have to, or if you're thinking strategically or playing with a different set of motives.
Yep.
But I mean, let's not forget. Roster limits, I like where it makes it almost impossible. Where I wouldn't want to cut a certain player to just add someone for the sake of it. No, not for the sake.
No.
Anyway, just want to why don't we look at what's going on in the week 7 waivers? Or did you want to maybe talk about a little bit about Amari Cooper?
Yeah, I really like that trade.
Amari Cooper to the Buffalo Bills. So guess what?
Do you think that opens it up for Kincaid?
Does it open it up for Kincaid? I mean, I would imagine that it would help every role player on this team. Or it puts everyone that was asked to maybe do a little bit extra from the beginning of the season up until this point. And now puts them back into their offensive roles. So Khalil Shakir now is back to that secondary role on the team. So is Curtis Samuel. So is Keon Coleman. These are not dudes that are asked to be relied upon. They are not alpha dogs. Now, Kincaid, you might say, well, this is kind of like a different case, right? This is like a specialized player. He's a receiver, kind of, sort of. And he's a blocker, kind of, sort of. Bigger boy. I mean, look, Kincaid was wide open in the end zone yesterday, and he didn't catch the touchdown.
No, Dawson Knox did.
Yeah. So
Thank you for letting me relive that.
thank me.
1.5.
I'm thanking me myself. Yeah, thank me. I got Kincaid in one spot. That team is in the ground right now, as far as I'm concerned. In the ground. Does it help them? I think
Helps everyone.
I think it helps everybody.
There's no one it doesn't help. Put it that way. I mean, the only one it hurts the ceiling for a guy like Shakir, who was acting as the de facto number one, but he's still going to be relevant. He's still going to get targets. You know, you don't want to go dropping a guy like Shakir just because Cooper's there all of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, I agree.
So yeah. You know, Amari Cooper. This is his fourth team, right? 14 Dallas.
Yeah, Raiders. Yeah, Raiders, Cowboys, Browns.
Yeah, this was a good move for the Bills, and I don't normally think that they make good moves, and I'm happy for Amari Cooper in this sense also. I think he's come from the grave. Like he has a awakening. He's got some juice now. I bet you.
Did you see his? I think it was his Instagram. He posted. It was just like a black background, and it said "Move or Rust." So he knew he was dying there in Cleveland. He wasn't. So he's happy to be out of there for sure.
And that team, holy smokes! I don't want to spend any more time than we need to on that team.
Let me ask you guys one quick question before we go to waivers here.
Smokes.
With what team out of the Jaguars, the Browns, and the Raiders, do you think which team is going to be the most fire sale team?
I mean, they're all kind of even right now. I mean,
yeah, because Jags left. They paid their best defensive tackle for pretty much pennies on a dollar. So it's going to be interesting. The next 2 weeks. The 5th is the deadline. So was that 2 weeks away? It's going to for 2.5.
I thought the deadline got moved back this year.
It got moved to November 5th.
November 5th. That seems early, no?
No, I think before it was in October.
Yeah, November 5th.
So maybe that's why they were so aggressive today. Because there's only a couple of weeks
away.
And here's the other thing. So I don't know if this changes what I was thinking originally with that information, but I was gonna give more kudos to the Bills. Like, rather wait till that trade deadline, which in my mind I thought was a little bit further down the road, but seems like it's not.
Yeah.
I thought, I was gonna say kudos to them, like not wait around till you're 4-4 or 5.
Yeah. Well, I think just
do this now.
They reacted to what the Jets did today.
Yeah.
I think they had this deal in their back pocket, and they were just like, well, we'll wait and see. And all of a sudden, the Jets pulled the trigger today because it was literally within an hour, a couple hours or something like that.
They won up the Jets big time. They won up.
Look, both these, I think both these teams had these deals ready to go.
Yeah,
ready to go. Fucking Davante Adams was in New York he was on the Pat McAfee show with Aaron today.
With Aaron, yeah.
These deals were in place.
Yeah.
All right. That guy, what move should I do, guys? I feel like my team is okay, but I got to do something because I'm 1-5. I feel you. Geno, Connor, Bijan, Cup, Debo, Higgins, Chubb, Nico Collins. I'm a super flex, so should I overpay for a QB?
Who's
available?
Do you even he doesn't even have a second QB right now?
No. Geno, Connor, Bijan, Cup.
And Cup's been out. I mean, Chubb, he has been able to play. Yeah. Collins has now been out.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess what QB? I mean, I don't want you going out there and overpaying for Spencer Rattler, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just depends on what's out there.
Yeah. What is out there? I mean, if Stafford's out there, like, I'm actually surprised there's only 37% rostered on Yahoo and 32 on Sleeper. That's crazy to me.
I mean, with it being a super flex, I doubt Stafford's out there. I mean,
Yeah.
if maybe May's out there, you know,
He might be.
Maybe
Maybe
Dalton's
Bo Nixon
out there.
Bo
I mean,
Oh.
it's going to be pretty slim pickings, probably. Oh, like doing a trade with someone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you could get rid of. I mean, me personally, I'd try moving Chubb.
I would try
See if you
moving.
can get someone to buy a hype on him.
Yeah.
So
And maybe Cooper Kupp too.
I wouldn't move Cooper Kupp.
The GOAT is 1-5, correct?
Yeah.
All right, Nico Collins or it's Cooper Kupp. Take your pick. One of those two need to go.
Why is it Cooper Kupp though? If he's coming back,
these are the brand names. Those are the two brand names.
Yeah.
That's it.
He'll get more value.
Those are the true trade carrots right there.
And plus Higgins is younger, Debo's younger.
but we don't know that this could be a redraft league. So age could be nothing, you know. I don't know. Me personally, I'm starting with Chubb and seeing if I can sell on that hype. If I can't move Chubb, then I'm probably going to Collins just because he's on IR. And he's not going to be able to help you in the next couple weeks.
I agree with that. You
know, and then I would move to a Kupp or someone if I had to. But
yeah,
I'm sure you could find a buyer for, if not Chubb, you could probably find a buyer for Nico.
Yeah, so should I trade Nico Collins and someone for a top quarterback? Like for someone in the top in my fantasy.
I would say you could try that for sure and see if you could get a good quarterback that's going to be able to put points on the board for you. But depending on how your league is going with the rest of the teams, I don't know if this is a home league, a public league. I mean, like, not many other managers within the same league are willing to move off of their quarterback because, like, again, that position is cool. I mean,
you're gonna have to find a team that has three solid quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, look at the guys. I mean, even so, look at this example. Just an example, i.e., look at like Pat Mahomes is drafted by everyone. He's the best quarterback in the league and doesn't put up fantasy points for you. It's like nobody wants to. Everyone's going to hold on to their quarterbacks. See, try that one. See if you could trade one of those players, any one of those combinations, and try to get Patrick Mahomes. You never know. You got if he develops this really good chemistry going with Juju, Xavier Worthy, you've got Travis Kelce still around. I mean, like, yeah, maybe Pat will start putting up a multi-touchdown game because right now he's only doing one a game. It's tough. It's tough to get a quarterback. It really is. That's not an easy ask. It's easier to do the other skill positions.
Yep. All right, I'm on the waivers. Quarterback tied in.
You're the GOAT, by the way. You are the GOAT. So, like, yeah, these are like the available quarterbacks, right?
Under 50% in. I mean, there's a couple guys that sneak over on like Sleeper or something, and we'll see as we're going on here. But these were the guys. These are
guys that maybe one I'm looking at. Maybe one you'd have to worry about putting your claim in for.
Yeah.
That's it. And other than that, if you're a night owl like me and Husot, once 3:15 in the morning hits, you can take any one of these quarterbacks and pick them up for free.
I'm surprised Bo Nix isn't on this list. So he's rostered on more teams than.
No. I mean, I didn't put every single
Okay.
quarterback available. Are you choosing Bo Nix over all these guys? I'm not. I'm not choosing Bo Nix over Tua. I'm choosing Tua over all these guys. Even though, I mean, he's not playing this week. Might not be, it's going to be another week probably, but if I'm in quarterback trouble and Tua's available, I'm snagging him and throwing him on my IR.
Let's say you're the Dak Prescott owner, 1 QB league. Dak's on a bye. Who are you picking up here? Well, we know it's not Tua.
Yeah, it's not Tua this week.
So
but
who are you going to roll the dice with? As Husot would like to say, Husot rolls the dice. Who are we rolling the dice with here?
I'll go Stafford.
Stafford's got the Raiders this week.
Yeah.
It's hard to say no to that.
Mm-hmm. Give Sean McVay and Matt Stafford an entire damn near 2 weeks to prepare, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got Andy Dalton going against the Commanders too. I mean, that's a good matchup too, in my opinion.
Again, the red rifle. There's that red rifle.
I mean, I'm doing Stafford over.
We're going to be talking about the red rifle. Red rifle is probably going to get like a contract extension this offseason for the Panthers. He's going to be the red rifle. I'm going to wake up to like at 6 a.m. The red rifle. Look, I think it's Stafford. Drake May is freaking sneaky.
Yeah,
Drake May is someone, especially super flex leagues. I mean, that's top priority if you need a quarterback and he's available.
Drake May is sneaky.
Hi, no May versus Jaguars.
Yeah, honestly, most of these guys have good matchups this week.
Yeah,
that was part of the main reason they're on the list too.
Drake May had a nice little connection, if you will, repertoire, if you will, with a certain wide receiver that's available this week. You could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. No, actually, it would be 2 birds with 2 stones. Pick up Drake May and his receiver. You want to talk about DFS stacks? Holy smokes! Could you imagine what if we were to play this, Rhino, on Friday? If AB Goat and you decide to do this one on Friday, and if that comes through, that would be the stack. That would be the DFS lineup that hits.
Would that be what, May and Pop?
Yeah, and Pop. But again, it's risky.
Yeah,
it is risky. But Drake May, look, we just saw. Why am I drawing a blank right now? The last rookie, Caleb. We just saw Caleb torch the Jaguars. Why can't Drake May torch the Jaguars?
Anyone can torch the Jaguars.
Why not? Why can't he do it? Why can't Alex Van Pelt and Drake May and Pop Douglas and Kendrick Bourne and the Bourne Identity, why can't they torch the Jaguars in London or in Europe, wherever they're playing?
Yeah.
So, you need a quarterback this week. My recommendation, with rushing upside, with some upside altogether, would be Stafford number 1, Drake May for the sneakiest streaming quarterbacks. I don't believe you need to put any type of claim in for Drake May.
No, and I think you're right too. I like that. I do. Stafford first and Drake May.
That's it.
And then my third choice would be Herbert.
Drop.
All right, since we were talking about wide receivers a little bit, there's Mr. Douglas, 8%, 14%. I'm not starting him every. I'm not starting him every week though, unless I got 2 flex spots. Maybe he's one of them. But I mean, he's worth a roster stash if you got the space for him. But I mean, number 1 on my board is if Juju's out there, you're getting Juju. If you need wide receiver help,
let me tell you. Let me ask you. Let me ask you, gentlemen, something. No. not going to ask her now. I'm going to wait a little bit.
Why are you teasing us, man?
Oh, it's another teaser. That's why. It's another teaser.
I'm too old for teases, bro.
Yeah. In any event, well,
like Wilson's a sneaky pick too, especially if Marvin Harris.
Yeah, if Marv's out, Wilson's top priority. Also, I mean,
yeah,
that's especially 16%, 28%. I mean, sleeper seems to be the more in tune with some of these guys. You know, their higher percentages on. I mean, most of them be rostered. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think the guys on Yahoo are too busy making goat noises into the mic and not looking at their fantasy teams.
What look.
How would you rate the Colts receivers?
Look.
I don't want to touch the Colts receivers.
Are they playing Green
Bay? Who's it going to be? You don't know if it's going to be.
It's going to be Josh Downs,
Richardson, and you don't know if it's going to be Flacco.
No.
And then you got to look at the wide receiver. Pittman.
No.
Is it going to be Downs? Is it going to be Mitchell?
Back.
Be Pierce?
Back up.
Is JT back? And then they run the
down. I'm
not touching any of them.
Back up for a second, Jonesy. Anthony Richardson is playing. Anthony Richardson is going to play this week. After last week's last minute 11:30, all of a sudden, oh man, he woke up, didn't feel right. Bullshit.
Yeah.
FCC.
Well, there was a video of him and JT working at like a
bullshit. FCC could find me.
He said that he's probably good to go this week. So
because I promise you, and we'll never know this for sure, they'll take it to the grave with them. That freaking Chris Ballard, the Indianapolis Colts, Jim Pillhead Irsay, they saw that score going on across the pond. They're like, you know what? Let's give them another week off. We got this team with Flacco. They just lost. We're our own divisional guys. The divisional rivalries. They're losing, right? They're getting killed. We don't need this right now. We don't need this headache. We'll give our star quarterback another week off. That's what they did.
Okay. Are you touching any of the wide receivers though? And starting them with confidence?
Downs.
I'm a Downs guy. I am.
I leave him in. I don't move him.
I'm a Josh Downs guy. I was never a Pittman guy. I think we may have made a call on Pittman last week with one of our goats.
Yeah.
It was like a Pittman, this guy or that guy, obviously. It was one. I think it was like Pittman, Addison, and someone else. Like, who would you rather have rest of the season? Something like that. I saw a highlight. I saw a video clip. Josh Downs. He looks real good.
Mm-hmm.
Jonesy, he looks good.
Yeah,
looks really good.
I don't trust Richardson throwing the ball. That there's going to be enough volume to. I'd rather have a Michael Wilson right now than a Josh Downs.
Is that like your hand? Is that your wide receiver handcuff? Your Michael Wilson actually has been playing well, even with Marvin Harrison on the field.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Damn, I wish I could remember what I wanted to say 3 to 5 minutes ago, but I just got so.
I mean, even Romeo Doubs. I'd play Romeo Doubs over any of the Colts wide receivers probably right now.
Romeo Doubs,
and not just because he got touchdowns last week, just because he's in a better passing offense. He's got more opportunity. Like, he's more consistent.
See, I kind of feel like I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And I don't think it's Romeo Doubs' fault either. You don't know. We've had this conversation in the offseason regarding this wide receiver core. It's way too ambiguous. We know one of the surest things that we know. Christian Watson's on the field. Christian Watson is targeted in the end zone. That's what we know. Romeo Doubs is a good wide receiver. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I remember drafting him. As a matter of fact, I drafted him and Garrett Wilson 2022 in my auction keeper league. I mean, like I'm a Romeo truther believer, but it's too up and down, and I don't believe it's his fault. I don't. The first year, Jonesy, that first year, 2022, it was more like, it was Rodgers not trusting either one of them. But then last year, the emergence of Jaden Reed, just when you thought, right? I mean, the emergence of him.
Jaden Reed's the one there, yeah.
Now, Jaden Reed, though, doesn't he have some sort of like hiccup this week? Isn't he like?
Yeah, he's dealing with something, but and Wicks, I think, is dealing with something, and Watson. I mean, he's the big play guy.
Was that us? Yeah. I don't mean to cut you off, Jonesy. Were we yelling at Darnell?
No. I don't think we were.
Well, I mean, we some of us might have been. It all depends. Turgay goat. It really does. See, this doesn't surprise me one bit. Yeah, Darnell has a good couple of weeks. Everyone wants to get on the Darnell bandwagon, probably including this show, this podcast. We probably did too. And we should all know better. We should all have learned our lessons by now. Darnell Mooney is a decent wide receiver too in this league.
Yeah.
In a better opportunity, in a better situation right now than where he came from. This man is not taking you to a to a ship. He may actually, oh God, he may get you the requisite points come week 15, 16, or 17, and he'll be on your bench, and that's gonna be a heartbreaker. However, you better have a good starting lineup besides him. That's my Darnell Mooney wide receiver, an NFL wide receiver too.
Yes, I don't think any of us would have told him to cut Shaheed or Pittman. I would have
never said
no.
Cut Pittman. No way. Shaheed
No
maybe
way.
Just because. I mean, you guys know this. You guys know this about me. I don't like those big play guys in my lineups mostly. You're getting a 0 1 week, and then you're getting 20 the next week, and then you get 2, and then 3, and then 4.5, and then you get 30, and then you're back to 0. And
that sounds like that sounds like someone that we're talking about right now. Darnell Mooney.
I'm talking about Shaheed. I mean Mooney too. I mean he's
it's the same boat
in that realm.
Same realm. Absolutely. Same classification of wide receiver. You know what?
Pollard or Davante? Pollard.
Half PPR, full PPR. Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't really think it matters.
Yeah, Pollard.
They both catch. Well, of course it matters if they both catch the same amount of passes. You're gonna go with Davante in full PPR.
Oh, Davante Smith.
That's who I thought he was talking about. Yeah,
that's what I'm assuming, but I
thought maybe it was Foreman.
So,
yeah, use full names, guys.
If it's Davante Smith, then 100% go Davante Smith.
What do we? Who's Tennessee playing? I'll check that. I can check that.
Yeah. So
Tennessee's playing the Bills.
Yeah. As full PPR. Yeah, go Davante Smith.
Eagles are at Giants.
Yeah.
We don't sit Davante Smith here.
Yeah.
Ever.
No.
It's hard to sit anyone going against
the Giants.
Against the Bills either. I mean,
true.
Hey,
Brees Hall success last night.
Make fun of the Giants all you want. Look, they held Jamar Chase and T. Higgins to under 100 yards apiece, right? Well, maybe T just got that. Giants defense played pretty well that night. I don't expect that to continue.
Yeah, well, that's that was an outlier or
no. That was like that Sunday night football. playing out of the division, out of the conference, so they're not that familiar with one another type of outlier. Let's bookmark that though. Let's bookmark that for the future, fellas. We should know that. We should be anticipating this. It's a primetime game. Two opponents that are out of division, out of conference, or even you could even do the same conference out of division, but at least those teams play more frequently. We got to identify that, look for that. Because then just when you think it's going to be fireworks and high scoring affair, that game was close. All the way to the end. Close defensive game. All right, what else?
All right.
What else? How do we feel about Mr. Ray? Don't call me Charles Davis. After what we saw last night,
I like him out of college.
Is this somebody that you would be aggressive in putting a waiver claim in for? If you're not the James Cook owner, if you are the James Cook owner and you didn't handcuff James Cook with Ray Davis, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, this is a good, valuable lesson learned. But that leads me right back to my question that I'm posing. Let's say that you're hurting for a running back. You're in a competitive league. Let's go with 3-3, 2-4.
About 0-6. You're speaking my language right now.
0-6, and you're hearing from outside sources or outside noise that Ray Davis he carved out a role for himself. Well, Ray Davis is going to when James Cook gets back, Ray Davis is going to play. How aggressive are you going to be in putting a bid in for Ray Davis?
This is my first year ever using Fab. So I would at least 30 bucks. At least 30.
Was that 30 out of what? So you have out of
30 out of 100.
Out of your
$30,
so you'd go 30%.
Out of your last. Is that 30 out of what? 30?
Well, here's the thing. Ray Davis has proved that. I mean, he's had a small role to start. I mean, they didn't draft him just to let him sit on the bench. And after last night, he's proved that he deserves more of a role.
Big time.
Let's go back to week 1 or whatever. You asked for, I think it was you, Sieg, asked for the crazy most out there, what's something that could happen, And I said Ray Davis takes over the backfield at some point from James Cook.
Yeah.
I could see that happen. I'm not saying he's going to take it over.
Actually happening too.
But I could see Ray Davis taking some of the early down stuff and James Cook moving more to the third down role type.
And if anything, this they don't have to rush James Cook back now too. If anything.
But I mean, there's no guarantees that it happens. But if I have room, I'm getting Ray Davis.
I think Ray Davis, just based on what we know from this Bills team, how they like to utilize multiple running backs, including the quarterback,
Josh Allen,
including that.
Dude steals so many touchdowns.
I think if there's some precedence here, history and a short history tells us that Ray Davis is going to see the field more. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, that's much to the chagrin of the James Cook owners, but that's only, that's to the chagrin of those that were expecting big play, big volume out of James Cook. I'm one of them, and I'm still holding out hope. Some teams that have James Cook is the RB1. Some teams with James Cook, he's your RB2. If he's your RB2, you could get away with this right now. Most cases, if he's your RB1 and you saw what Ray Davis did yesterday, that's a little troubling. And
Yeah.
you may want to try to move off of James Cook at that point. And that's going to be a tall order to be able to trade James Cook and get the right value in return.
What's your guys' thoughts on Sean Tucker?
Fool's errand.
There's
Fool's errand.
somebody spent $51 of their fab money on him. $51. I thought my bid at $10 was going to be it was high, but no.
You got to look at it this way. I mean, it's at some point Rachaad White's going to be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
We all know he's not a good running back. He's not. He's been a volume running back. But if he's healthy, he's involved.
Yeah.
I don't see how he's not. So you have him. You have Tucker. You know, you got Bucky Irving. Who's it going to be?
Bucky didn't look that good either, though. In a blowout, in a freaking blowout. Where was Bucky? Bucky was watching this guy.
Yeah.
He had the game.
But that's why I kind of feel like it's, like, look, I mean, like the non-offensive head coach Todd Bowles came out and said, could be a three-headed monster. F you. He's not responsible for the offense.
Tucker last night was 14 for 136 and a tud. Bucky was 14 for 81 and a tud. And that's not including their receiving work. They both had a little bit of receiving work. It's not like Bucky Irving did nothing.
No.
You put, what I say, 14 and 81 and a touchdown on anyone, and everyone's like, hey, yeah, good game, at least in fantasy.
Bucky, that was a good game. Yeah, you're right. It was just overshadowed.
Yeah. So I honestly don't know how this backfield plays out. I don't have a good read on it.
Well, we'll see. So Dink, Brian Robinson or Pollard? Brian Robinson still kind of not healthy. I'm going Pollard.
Yeah, it depends if Brian Robinson's practicing all week, if he's getting full practices in, especially by the end of the week, I might lean Brian Robinson.
That was one of those he was one of those game times. Like they how you get like the slew of like the Rappaport Schefter posts that come in like overnight, like Saturday night into Sunday morning, like real late. It's not them. But it's the account giving you per source is expected to play. Per source is not expected to play. Brian Robinson, that still came down all the way to the wire, much like,
The only thing I worry about with Pollard is that with them playing the Bills is that game gets out of hand and the Bills just get up quick.
But that might benefit Pollard more because he catches the ball too.
Yeah, but so does...
Spears is hurt.
Yeah.
So who's he really competing with?
Let's put it this way. If Brian Robinson's healthy and he's practicing in full, I'm going Robinson. If he's not, touch base with us. We do a Saturday night show here on YouTube. Come back if there's issues with Robinson practicing. Come to the Saturday night show or leave us a comment somewhere. Or
would this be a question?
And we'll revisit it.
Would this even be a question if Brian Robinson was like 100% healthy?
No, if he was 100%, I would say Brian Robinson right now.
Based on the two freaking offenses. This is not even.
They got the best run game right now.
Yeah, he's healthy, 100%. I'm going Brian Robinson.
Brian Robinson.
If Brian Robinson's limited or game time decision. I'm probably leading Pollard at that point, but
yeah.
Dank goat. Turgay says Pollard.
What do you guys think of Kamani Vital? I see the number with Gus Edwards going on IR. I mean, the opportunity for him. I mean, He didn't hit a home run, but he took his opportunity.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I've been pushing this guy ever for the entire offseason. I mean, this
Same
is
here.
one of
I
my
got
guys.
a lot of stock.
Him, Ray Davis. I mean, those are two of my guys. You know, like, so seeing that, I'm just salivating, waiting for JK to go down. Which I don't wish on anyone.
Well, yeah, I was just about to say that doesn't sound very Jones ago.
Yeah, I don't wish injuries on anyone ever. I hope he stays healthy. But given the history and what happens, it's almost a matter of time. And it's a good running offense. You want whoever that running back is in that offense.
Yeah. So
are you picking him up and stashing him? Yep. I mean, if you're a J.K. Dobbins, let's put it this way. Everyone on this screen right now, guys, you should have if you have the running back in front of them. If you have Cook, you should have Davis. If you have J.K., you should have Kamani. If you have Mason, you should have Garendo. I mean, everyone should be going after Garendo now. If you have Kyron, you need to have Corum. If you have Bijan, you need to have Algier. And if you have Brees, you need to have Allen.
Yeah,
100%. These guys are all league winners if they get a long-term starting role.
Let me ask you though, what if it's only like a 15 bench like roster?
I mean, if you only got 5 bench spots or something like that, that could be a different story.
That's a great question. That's a great question, Commissioner. And I think that's what many managers out there have to wrestle with.
Yeah.
Yes, like many of us are in certain formats where we could afford to have Ray Davis sitting there drafted in the 17th, 18th round and just like collecting dust until all of a sudden, ding, 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 you're up. James Cook's out. Go ahead.
Yep.
But if you're in a shallow league, and it's a matter of holding on to Braylon Allen in hopes that Breece Hall goes down, and not even being the Breece Hall owner, by the way, just because you saw Braylon Allen do really, really well in week 3 and you were hoping for that standalone value, or is it going out and getting someone else that might be able to actually get you some points for the week? I mean,
it depends on if your need is a starter, look at it this way. JK, he's had his bye week. Okay.
Right.
So that means he's starting in your lineup every week in the rest of the season.
Okay? Yeah, if he's God
so
willing.
you don't need, we'll say, once both your running backs are through their bye weeks, okay? If you have 2 early ones, you don't need that 3rd, 4th random guy that may come up if his guy in front of him gets injured.
No.
You cut that guy and you get your own handcuff.
What up, Sports Addict Network? Thank you for coming in.
How you like
that? Are they calling Tyrone?
How you like that, Adam? Yep. Wait, do I need to call him?
You call him right now. You won't hear the phone ringing?
I thought maybe you wanted me to call Tyrone for Addict.
Is your name Tyrone? Really? You just go by Jonathan, huh?
I'm gonna change my name to Tyrone because I got a full 20+ points out of Tyrone the other night, not the Devin Singletary owner. So, fellas, again, I say this to you. I said this to you last week. I'm gonna say it again this week. I'm gonna say it again next week. I'm gonna say it again next year. We're only gonna provide and offer advice to you that we would do ourselves. That's all. I'm going to get that line right also. I'm going to get that line hashed out, straightened out. It's going to be flawless and seamless until we bring it home to the goats. Yeah. You're only going to get advice from us that we would do ourselves.
And remember, remember, if you lose out on somebody, look Wednesday and see who people dropped, because a lot of times people drop somebody thinking they'll get away with it and sneak them back on. always look to see who people who somebody dropped.
Well, that's what me and Hussein do.
Yeah.
Me and Hussein are doing that at 3:30 East, 12:30 your time. We get the notifications from Sleeper, from Yahoo, waivers process. Boom. We pounce while the 1 and 5 teams are losing.
Because they're chasing last week's points.
That's right.
They're chasing Darnell Mooney and then throwing him in their starting lineup and dropping Amari Cooper.
Mistakes.
That's how you lose.
Mistakes. In any event, let's not cream everybody. As much as I would like to, let's not cream everybody. At the end of the day, we're all having fun. We're all having fun. And yeah, this is the week 7 waiver wire run. I think we covered it all. Have we not?
I want to ask you guys something about handcuffs here. Okay,
Please.
Garendo, we know he has an opportunity this week if Mason doesn't play. I mean, that's a smash. He's what? What's your issue with Garendo? You seem to not like him for some reason.
Issue number one. Why? How's Garendo playing if Jordan Mason's playing?
If
Jordan Mason's playing,
out,
what if Jordan Mason's not out?
Then
okay. Here's the real issue. I'm gonna give you
the opportunity's not there. I'm
gonna give you the real issue. Here it is, folks.
Let's put it this way: if you wait until people get injured, that's when you don't get the players. That's when your competition gets the players, and that's why
I have a
lose.
bad feeling. I have a bad feeling. Okay, so let's let this be a PSA that many are gonna go all in, overspend, and attempt to get this dude Isaac Garendo, where at best, if Jordan Mason happens to not suit up, then this would be I don't even know if it's a smash start, Jones ago, because look, he still shared with freaking Patrick Taylor, didn't he? He didn't get that backfield to himself as a third running back or the fourth running back. I don't see him getting full volume. So that's problem number 1. Problem number 2, this is a very short-term solution because even let's just say hypothetically Mason does miss this week. It's not a serious injury. It's an injury not to his lower extremities, to his shoulder. Okay, which again, it's an injury.
It's an injury to his shoulder.
It's
AT sprain.
That's worse than a shoulder injury is worse.
How can it be worse?
What do you think a running back does?
It can't be better. It can't be worse.
Why do you think ETN's having such a hard time?
Just plow into him with your other shoulder.
A shoulder is not good for
use the other one.
use your other shoulder. No. Okay,
let's look.
I'm not even done with that thought, though. I'm not even done with that thought. Even let's just say again, this is such a short-term solution because then we know CMC's coming back. So now we have a whole new set of pecking order. CMC, Jordan Mason, Isaac Garendo, or CMC, Isaac Garendo, Jordan Mason. These 2 and 3 flip-flop. It's not a good. It's such a short-term Band-Aid for your team.
If you need a running back this week, let's put it this way: if you need a running back this week, who are you getting?
If you need a running back this week, if you need one,
if you need a running back this week, who are you getting?
If Tyler Algier is available, I think I'd rather have him. He's someone that at least is getting a consistent amount of snap share with Bijan Robinson. Isaac Garendo, come on. Isaac Garendo.
I'm assuming in most leagues, Tyrone Tracy is going to be gone,
I'm assuming, and I'm going to presume that for Tyler Algier as well. However, I think for a more sustainable, as in for ROS, I think you would want to look for someone like either Tyler Algier, Tyler Algier, maybe Ray Davis. Then Kamani. My thing is I feel like people are going to overspend on Garendo. That's what I'm afraid of.
My biggest thing is we don't know when CMC's back. They haven't opened a window on him, to my knowledge.
No, they just said, hopefully November.
They don't open the window for CMC. CMC opens the window for them.
Do you trust? I don't trust anything coaches say this year. I mean, we get Joe Mixon, who was supposed to be out a week. He's out 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and then you get Nico Collins, who gets a hammy, and he's on IR right away. I don't trust anything this year until I get a hard date that says, okay, the window's open on CMC. I'm assuming he's not even coming back. I don't care what beat writers say. Beat writers are wrong every single day. So just like we were talking in the pre-show. I saw that report about
could you imagine
Aaron Jones.
You spend fab on Isaac Arendo.
Yep.
Because you need a running back. Let's just you need to insert somebody into your lineup.
Correct.
And word is out of Kyle Shanahan, come tomorrow afternoon, come Thursday. Mason, he's looking all right. We'll see how it goes for the rest of the week. Now you're getting all freaking pumped up. All right, man. Looks like that investment looks like it's gonna pay off dividends, baby. Come game time, based on hearing from Kyle Shanahan, based on the injury reports throughout the week, that Mason's questionable. Mason suits up. Mason winds up getting 80% of the snaps. And Isaac Arendo basically spelled him a couple of times with Patrick Taylor. That's a loss. That's going to be a loss. More likely than not, it's going to be a loss.
All right,
it gets more difficult with fab than it does with normal waiver claims in a situation like this. I'm not suggesting you go and blow 100% of your remaining fab on Isaac Arendo.
I wasn't even that didn't even cross my mind whether I said investment.
Because if it's a waiver claim, who the cares?
What I meant
he doesn't play, then you go pick up someone else.
What I meant by investment. No, what do you mean? Like, again, based on what you said, trusting coaches, not trusting coaches. You're hearing throughout the week that Jordan Mason will have to see how he goes. We'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, as of today,
trying to follow that information. So you're thinking Isaac Arendo is going to have a good opportunity to play, regardless. Then Mason winds up in the role that he's had all season.
And that's possible.
And what I meant by investment, I didn't necessarily mean the fab. I'm talking about investment as in like the player that you picked up, the player that you removed, that investment, or the waiver claim itself. Whether it's the priority 1, now you're at 12. Whether it was 100% of your fab, now you're at $0.
Yeah,
all of it.
I mean,
all of it.
I get what you're saying, but
I think you're
in a tight spot.
I think if you're in a tight spot,
look at it this way. Even if Mason doesn't play 2 weeks and Grendel plays 2 weeks, it's worth it. Even if it's 1 week, honestly, in my opinion, it's worth it. That's the risk you're going to take, though. I mean, yesterday Mason was in a non-contact jersey. I'm not sure what he was with today, but if you got a 5th wide receiver, a 2nd tight end you don't need, I'm taking that. I'm taking that risk that it's going to pay off. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm out a guy that would never play anyway. I'm not dropping someone important to go get Garendo. I'm not dropping a starter to go get Garendo or any of these guys. I'm dropping the end of my bench that doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
And if you have a short bench, I get it. You can't do things like this, but
That's probably what I was going to say. Look at
that
the
guy.
goat
That
play.
guy. What's your point of view on Bigsby and ETN situation? Should we hold on
It's lousy.
Bigly, hoping he become the RB1? Do you think ETN will be traded?
It's a
I think they'll
lousy
keep
situation.
Yeah.
That's the situation. Lousy.
Well, ETN needs to get healthy first.
Yeah.
Could he get traded? Yes. Will he? That's the $1 million question.
I think they stick with both.
Are you gonna do you see a team out there giving up capital to get him? That's the thing.
Raiders.
I
see the Raiders probably doing it. Just they're hurting for running backs. But
I don't see them trading for a running back though.
No,
that's the thing. Like
George, play. Welcome back. Hey guys, should I trade Mason and Jamo for A-Chain and Pickens? And I'm 4-2 in non-PPR league. Did we see this question or a question like this?
No, this is maybe or similar.
Trade Mason and Jamo for A-Chain and Pickens. A-Chain still kind of is he cleared from his concussion?
I think
I haven't seen anything
possibly.
yet. I would, if you're interested.
I mean, they had a bye week last week, so I would assume he returns this week.
I hope so.
George Goat. Now's the time. Now is the time because I'm sure you heard our conversation regarding Isaac Arendo, Mason. You've got this other guy, Patrick Taylor. We've got the man CMC coming back in a few weeks. Sometime in the very near future. Now is the time.
Yeah, I agree.
Now's the time. And to boot, A-Chain and Pickens. I bet you $5 GOAT George Pickens scores a touchdown this week.
Yeah. Will Russell Wilson be his quarterback?
If Russ is cooking, he's going to chef it up with George Pickens. Now.
Do you think he gets the start this week?
I think he gets the start. I think he comes in for.
Did you hear Tomlin's?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We got Tomlin's press conference, don't we?
They were giving him first team reps this week. I didn't hear that he gave him the start yet. I just heard he was giving him first team reps at practice.
Let me ask them a question about that and about the team is doing good and Phil's is doing good, and his response was something like, "Yeah, Phil's is doing good, but who knows? This guy might make us great."
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You're winning games, but you're not winning games because of Fields.
Yeah. His starting running backs are Barkley and Gibbs, and also his Bigsby and Bucky on the bench. I'd do that all day long. Then I'd do that trade. I would.
Oh, was this the guy that had Mason?
Yeah.
The GOAT. It's the GOAT. Johnny Goat. Welcome to the show, Johnny Goat.
Backs.
If you're new to the show, every GOAT, please do us a favor. Please like this stream. Please subscribe. That's the best way to support us. It really is, as we're continuing on this journey. Yeah, brand new
stages of the journey too.
Brand new YouTube channel.
Then at wide receiver trade advice, please hold, or I was offered a 2-for-1 to trade away Tyreek Hill for DK Metcalf or Amari Cooper, pick one, and Ayuk or Addison as a second.
Interesting.
So wait, okay. Then at wide receiver trade, so he's trading.
He's giving away Tyreek for two.
Okay.
Well, excuse me. If we're telling George to buy on A-Chain, right? Didn't we just tell George to make the deal for Davante A-Chain? It's kind of the same thing for Tyreek Hill. Kind of. we're trying to buy Dolphins now, as
Right.
we believe
I think he has Hill.
He's trading away Tyreek Hill.
that
But
he's trading
thin.
away.
He's thin at wide receiver. He's saying.
Yeah,
Who
trading
are
away
your
Tyreek Hill for
who are your
DK
other wide
Metcalf.
receivers currently that you start?
Well, if he, I,
So he's trading for DK Metcalf or Cooper, and Ayuk or Addison as a second.
It depends who his second and third, if he starts a third wide receiver, are. If he's starting Alan Lazard as his second wide receiver, he might need to do something.
Oh, here we
If
go.
he's starting T. Higgins, Slayton, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Slayton. Who's Slayton?
Darius
Slayton, Giants.
Darius Rucker?
So I would do.
I mean, but having Marv as your second, even though he's dealing with an injury, I'm okay with that.
So I would go Cooper and Ayuk. If you're trading Hill, that's who I would do.
Oh, yeah.
That's who I would just.
Slayton St. Pierre. That's pretty funny, actually. Can't believe it. You want to talk about timing?
Yeah,
Slayton, if there was a GOAT award per show, that would certainly be it. Certainly be it.
So which two would you guys take?
I don't know if I'm doing it.
Really?
I mean, Tua should be back. Not this week, but next week. Tyreek should be Tyreek again. I mean, even not last week because they were on bye, but the week before that. I mean, he got a little bit of action. I mean, it wasn't Tyreek numbers, but it was still something. I mean, I love DK. I love Amari Cooper. Those are two guys I push all the time on this channel.
Yes, you do.
Getting one of those and Ayuk. I don't want Addison. I would want Ayuk. It's not a bad deal. I mean, I have DK as my number one wide receiver in a couple leagues, and I'm fine with it. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad thing,
but
you're losing ups. I mean, because Tyreek can go to the moon compared to these guys. You know,
he can. But is Tua going to be wearing the Guardian helmet when he comes back? And what happens if the first play he gets hit and he's done?
What happens if Geno Smith goes down? I mean, that's
then they have
there's risk with every
I trust
player
how,
on every
trust
play.
how coming in as a backup to Geno Smith. Then
I get that.
You know,
I get that. Okay, so I mean, if I were to do it, what are you guys doing? Cooper over Metcalf?
I do Cooper.
I think Cooper's got the higher ceiling now.
It's a better quarterback situation.
Might be a couple of weeks before he gets acclimated, but so
I do Cooper and Ayuk.
If you do it, yeah, I would do Cooper Ayuk if you decide to do it, but I can understand not doing it.
Those are the better offenses. Those are the two buy low candidates out of all of them, out of the three.
I mean, it's too bad that you didn't do this like a few days ago, last week, and got DK and Cooper while Cooper was really low in value.
Yeah,
because that would be a smash 100%.
see if a game.
If you have game to lose, I'm guessing lose. Stick with Tyreek.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: if you're sitting undefeated or one loss on the year, I wouldn't make a move. I mean, sometimes making a move is 3-3.
Three,
okay.
3-3. Three and three.
Honestly, I'm 50-50 on it, but I'm okay doing it. But I'm doing it for
Johnny.
Ayuk over Addison.
Yeah, he's in the 6th spot out
On
of
the second
12.
spot.
Slayton goat. 3-3. What else we got, fellas?
That's it. We're at an hour and a half.
Great first waiver stream.
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Could you imagine next Monday, next Tuesday during the day, more trades, more crazy breaking news.
It might be bonkers.
There could be now that Davante and Cooper happen to
those are the big chips off the board, right?
It's people might start scrambling if they want to make a move.
They Hopkins will be next to the Chiefs.
I would be the Chiefs are the next destination.
I bet they got Hopkins.
But I saw someone, I forget who it was on Twitter, said, "Hey, what about Christian Kirk to the Chiefs?" Makes sense.
Yeah.
If they can make the money, I don't know what the money's, contract and everything looks like, but I mean, that they need the
Rhino.
Rashee Rice role.
Well, it wasn't that long ago, not terribly long ago, where you signed a contract on a team. The chances are that you are probably staying on that freaking team for your entire contract. There was no like, I don't want to play here anymore.
Yeah.
On that note, I want to thank everybody for coming in this evening. We had a blast. I hope you had a blast as well. We will be back this upcoming Friday for the Friday Night TFS show.
Yes.
On FanDuel, by the way, right here on this YouTube channel. For Commissioner Rhino, for the Jonesy Code, I'm your Shepard. I want to thank you again.
Yep.
Any last words, fellas, before we take off?
Just be good humans out there, man. Have a blessed week.
Deuces.
Have a blessed week and deuces. It's the way it should be.